Okay, class, here we go again. So what I want to do now is take the data that I've gotten from my Excel spreadsheet, and I want to go ahead and put it on this this formula. So I know that my mean, we safely said that my mean is 74 and 87. So I can check that here real easily with Excel. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to data, and it's going to open up this nifty little box for me, the toolbar, and I'm going to click on data analysis, and it's going to open this cool little thing here, and it's going to give me all these options, and we're going to be using these throughout the rest of the semester. So I'm going to go over here and pull it down and t-test, and like I said, it's a 2 sample. We've got 2 independent samples, and I'm assuming that they're going to have equal variances. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. It's going to look for variable range, and I'm going to go ahead and put labels. Excel is automatically going to default the alpha level to 0.05. So let's go ahead and fix this thing up. So data range 1 is going to be my data for class 1. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to highlight that. There it is. So now I'm going to come down here to data range 2, variable 2. I'm going to highlight my data there. There we go. And then I've got that. So now all I have to do is come over here, and I need an output range. So I'm going to choose some output range. Let's say F2. So I'm going to use that as my output range. And now I'm going to hit OK. And when I hit OK, I get, I get this stuff here. So it gives me everything I want. It gives me the means, it gives me the variance, it gives me the observations, it gives me the pooled variance, my hypothesis, my degrees of freedom, which are 20 instead of 18 because I thought I had 10. So let's clear that up. So instead of 10, I made a mistake and I thought I had 10. I have 11 actually. So I put in an extra number somewhere. So N1 plus N2 minus 2. So I've got 22. If I add 11 and 11, I get 22 minus 2. It's not 18, but it's 20 degrees of freedom. So actually that's going to change this number here. So it's going to change this number's critical value. So I've got 20 degrees of freedom, which is right there. And I've got a one-tailed alpha of 0.05, which is right here in the second column. And then I'll start coming down and matching those two things up. There's 20 degrees of freedom with alpha level of 0.05, one-tailed. 1.725. My critical value is 1.7. Sorry about that. 1.725. Yep. 1.725. There it is. Not sure where I got that other one. Okay. Anyway, that's my critical value. So anything that falls beyond that is going to be significantly different. So we'll come back here to my computer, and my t-statistic says negative 2.463. So 2.463 standard deviations from the mean, and that's a negative number, falls way in here. It falls way deep inside of this 5% critical region. So we can now assume that that value is significant, and I can reject the null hypothesis here, stating or assuming that these things are the same, which in fact, based on this statistic, they are significantly different. Let's go back to the output here. So it gives us the T critical, and I got 1.724, and that's what we got. We rounded up, we get 1.725. My p-value So is 0.01, so it's highly significant. So what we're looking at, if I can kind of clear this up for us here, we're looking at the T statistic. That's the observed T. We got 20 degrees of freedom. Our critical value, and this is for a one tail, this would be for a two tail, but we're dealing with one tail here, so it's 1.724, and we're looking at that negative tail. So this falls well into that. So our p-value for one tail, that would be two tail, is 0.01. So the probability for making a type 1 error is less than 5%. And we set alpha at 5%. So this tells us that this test that we did is significant. Those means they're different from one another. They're not equal. So that's kind of what we're doing. So in the last part of this video, I'll go ahead and plug the numbers into the formula so we can see if we get the same results. So my means are 74, 87, and my variance 241 and 64 point something, 65.4 over 11 over 11. And we'll take the square root of that and we're going to add those things together. So I don't think I brought my calculator. I didn't. So I don't have my calculator, so I can't do this. Anyway, I'll go ahead and calculate this for us, and then I will give you the results on the next video.